You know, I thought I was done with these Nightmare Kids movies. I've done Coraline, Corpse Bride, Nightmare Before Christmas, James the Giant Peach, which is actually the most terrifying one, by the way.
So we'll just take him
And the peach.
back to our cozy little house on the hill. Come along.
No, I'm not.
What did you say?
I did my time, I was out, I was free. I was only having Coraline-induced night terrors like twice a week. But I was deceived, for there was another movie made. ParaNorman was Leica Studios' second movie ever. Just 3 years after they made Coraline and handed every up-and-coming alt girl in middle school their entire personality. Much like Coraline, I've never seen ParaNorman. I don't know why, I just didn't. But here we are, spooky season is wrapping up, and I figured what better time than now to watch another of the cult classic, why did anyone let their kids watch this, kids movies. So come along, everyone. Let's take a walk.
What's happening now?
Well, the zombie is eating her head, Grandma.
That's not very nice. What's he doing that for?
'Cause he's a zombie? That's what they do.
You know, obviously a big part of my job here on YouTube is watching movies, but I'll tell you, watching movies with other people is so infuriating. You ever watch a movie with someone who's just like always on their phone the whole time, you know? Wait, who is that? Didn't he like die or something? No, that was his dad in a flashback. Oh, man, this movie's so confusing. So this is Norman, just your average 11-year-old kid who spends his time scrupulously watching only the finest entertainment. Because, you know, it was 2012 and 5th graders couldn't stumble into Roblox, Zootopia, Steven Universe roleplay Discord servers yet.
Norman, didn't I tell you to take out the garbage?
Yeah, coming, Dad.
Come on, fit, you stupid!
Hi. What you watching in there?
Sex and violence.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, like, I always had the opposite problem where, like, my parents assumed everything I was watching was actually just a front for, like, Girls Gone Wild or something like that. And to be fair, it didn't help that every time they entered the room, the anime I was watching would suddenly just be like,
Hey, Moto-chan, you ready for a totally normal slice of life day at school today?
Sure thing, Oni-chan. Also, apropos of nothing, I'm like secretly in love with you or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, come on, we're gonna be late.
Good morning, class of young adults whose age is never explicitly stated. I'm your new homeroom teacher with massive jugs and a suit that definitely violates the dress code.
Whoa, what a totally unexpected turn of events meant to increase viewership.
I'm the ancient, decrepit age of 26, and I shoot magic out of my boobs.
But anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Dad? Grandma says, can you turn up the heating? Her feet are cold.
Now, Perry.
How many times do we have to go through this, son? Your grandmother is dead!
No. Okay, all right. Things are getting creepy right out the gate. So here's where we get to the main setup of the movie. Norman can see and talk to ghosts and, like, dead things, which I feel like was the only path in life he had going for him, you know, given how his entire personality is horror movies and zombie shoes and whatever the heck this is. Like, he was either going to be a spirit medium or end up in thigh highs with a degree in computer science. But of course, no one else can see or hear the ghosts, so everyone in town just thinks Norman is a really weird kid.
How's it going? Not much. I'm kind of late for school. I need to go. Morning. Sorry, I gotta run. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Hey there, little buddy. Come on, come here.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, this is getting a little weird. So really, this movie's just like Beetlejuice for boys. Oh, don't worry, Norman. Same exact thing used to happen to me, but that's just because everyone was definitely, like, really jealous of my super deep knowledge of Tenchi Muyo. So yeah, this is Norman's life. His family thinks he's weird, all the other kids thinks he's weird, and his federally assigned school bully just happens to be the ugliest kid in the tri-state area.
Hey, ghost jerk, you know what?
What do you want, Alvin?
Why don't you go see some more ghosts, goober? Hey, Norman. Talk to that.
You know, I just realized how silly of a statement that was, because, like, in classic stop-motion kids movie fashion, everyone looks horrendous. Like, wait, what happened to his mom? Why does she look like an inbred Egyptian pharaoh? Anyway, Norman doesn't really have many friends, but there is this one other kid at school, Neil, who also gets bullied all the time. So he and Norman end up walking home from school together, just swapping war stories and really trauma bonding, you know?
You shouldn't let them get you down. They always do stuff like that to me.
Why?
Because I'm fat, and my allergies make my eyes leak. And I sweat when I walk too fast. And I have a lunchbox with a kitten on it.
Yeah, and sometimes the skid marks on my underwear kind of look like a Rorschach test. But okay, so here's where the movie finally gets going. On the way home from school, Neil and Norman run into this really weird old guy. And by weird, I mean like pretty averagely normal for this kind of movie.
I can see ghosts too. And I know that's not all you've been seeing lately, is it? The witch's curse is real. And you're the one who has to stop it. You've got to use your gift.
What? The nerdy, weird, misunderstood kid is the only one who can save the world because of the exact reason that he's nerdy, weird, and misunderstood? Are you kidding me right now? You know, this is something I've thought about a lot over like the many years I've been doing these videos. Like, movies are only written by the kinds of people who would sit down and write a movie. You know what I mean? So like, it's always about the quiet kid, the nerdy kid, the bullied kid, or the girl who ate a dead rat on a dare in like 4th grade and then got unbelievably hot in her 20s for some reason. Like, there's never any movie where it's like, so I realized I was hot in like 7th or 8th grade and then life was pretty awesome after that. And then after I gave 20 different girls mental complexes in college, I unlocked my daddy's trust fund and now I'm vice president of his company at 24. OMG, this movie literally saved my life. But anyway.
Watch for the sign.
Jeez, what a dirty old creep. He's my uncle.
Oh, you got one of those uncles, huh? Yeah. And every 4th of July, it's like, oh yeah, well, Bill Gates is using Windows 11 to turn on all the mind control chips they put in those vaccines. You know what, Uncle Ron? It's fine. Don't worry. I'll just reach for the mashed potatoes myself. Anyway, so after Norman hangs out with Neil for a while, the weird uncle guy we just met like 30 seconds ago, well, he kind of sort of like dies or whatever.
Not yet. Not yet.
And now his spirit can haunt all the Bass Pro Shops for eternity. Anyway, so the next day, I think, Norman's back on the front lines at school again.
What did the tree tell you today?
Wait, I'm sorry, wait, Abnorman? Abnorman? That's the best you can think of? This is the worst bullying I've ever heard. But either way, Norman's had enough, and he runs into the cleanest American school bathroom you'll ever see, and he just kind of hides out there for some peace and quiet, until, of course, the spirit of his dead uncle jumps up through the toilet, as they do.
He died?
But I got unfinished business here. Read from the book at the spot. The witch was buried before the sun sets tonight.
This is crazy.
Do I look crazy to you?
Anyway, so the uncle tells him yet again, the witch's curse is real. So, a little backstory here. This town was the site of a witch trial back in like the 1600s or whatever, where some lady was wrongfully tried and burned as a witch, because like that's what happened back then when a girl like had her period for too long, you know? And since then, the town's had the legend of the witch's curse, which apparently is real.
Tell me you'll do this.
I
swear!
You mean like the F word?
I mean promise!
You know, like, it's like not even that funny, but like, why am I laughing? Anyway, so, normal. On their way home, Neil and Norman get bullied by Alvin yet again.
Don't get your bra in a twist, fat boy. This has nothing to do with you, so keep out of my way.
Or what?
Or, I'll punch you in the boobs.
I don't have boobs. These are pectorals.
You know, just a quick aside, okay? But like, is this literally not just Greg and Rowley? Like, is this not Jimmy and Carl? Like, why is this the setup of every kid's movie? But okay, so later that day, Norman's parents are going out for date night and leaving him and his sister alone in the house.
I really don't think we should be leaving him.
Harry, you promised me a meal that someone else microwaved.
And thusly, when the coast is clear, Norman sneaks out to go get the book from his weird uncle's dead fingers, which goes about as well as you'd expect. Oh, okay, all right, oh, okay, what the heck is this movie? Oh boy. So he gets the book and rides his bike over to the hidden gravesite and starts to read it. But then, what do you know, Alvin the bully was following him the whole time and takes the book before he can read it, thus allowing this to happen. Now, in the middle of all this, Neil is back at home doing some very important research work.
I'm busy.
Are you freeze-framing Mom's Aerobics DVD again?
No.
This was like literally me at like 3 a.m. with the Spice Channel, just like desperately waiting for the image to clear up for like 4 seconds at a time. Oh yeah, that's a boob. Now, Norman's sister Courtney goes out to look for him because she just now realized that he's missing, and she goes to Neil's house because that's probably where he would be. But that's when she meets Neil's brother, Mitch.
Slumber party's over, dorks.
Can I help you?
Hell yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to bug you so late.
Oh, hey there. So just like FYI, I'm really good at pretending to be interested in like crypto or podcasts or whatever, just in case you wanted to take me out somewhere fancy like Applebee's. So the three of them team up to find Norman, who is currently running away from the evil, scary zombones. Now, long story short here, the zombies follow all the kids into town, and this of course freaks out the townspeople who decide to rise up and defend themselves.
Would have been a quiet night too if it hadn't been for those meddling kids. Sweet baby Jesus! What do you think you're doing firing at civilians? That is for the police to do!
This movie's getting a little too real. So all the main characters head over to the city archives because Norman realizes that he was supposed to read the book at the witch's grave, and turns out where he was earlier was not the witch's grave because there's still 45 minutes of the movie left. But the witch was buried in an unmarked grave like 400 years ago or whatever, and they can't find any information about it anywhere. So Norman decides to take matters into his own hands and just go ask the giant eldritch demon witch face in the sky himself.
Is this what you want? This is all his doing! Norman! Why are you doing this?
So the witch shows Norman a vision of what really happened, and turns out this witch was just a little girl the same age as him. And she also just happened to have special powers, which is why they thought she was a witch. But she kind of was though. And Norman can talk to dead people, which is pretty cool. But this girl named Agatha, by the way, she can do this.
I didn't do anything wrong!
Execution, where you will be hanged by the neck until you be dead.
Leave me alone, or I'll make you sorry! I'll make all of you sorry!
But no, you're right, guys. We totally should have just trusted the 11-year-old with world-ending magic powers, okay? That was our bad. But okay, so after the vision, time travel hootenanny, Norman finds himself back in the city archive, and the zombies have broken in. All is lost!
Keep away from me!
You must stop the curse.
You don't want to kill me?
We need you to read from the book.
Oh, they're friendly brain-eating zombies. Guys, we should have known. And so the end of the movie, the zombies help Norman and friends find where the witch was buried all those years ago. Witchy wiener is how I describe myself on Tinder, by the way. Anyway, Norman finds the grave and sets out to do something about this whole world-ending zombie witch thing. Yeah, just small town things.
No, I'm not leaving. Just listen to me. Long ago, there was a little girl.
What?
A little girl who was different. I'm not listening. She could see and do things.
Okay, this movie is completely insane in every way, right? But I will say though, this ending part here is so freaking cool. Look at this. This is stop motion. This? How do you even do this? You can give me all the wicked Marvel, Star Wars special effects you want, okay? Nothing is as impressive as this. How come we don't get movies this cool anymore? I mean, any kid with Blender can make this, but this takes some crazy skill. And while we're on the topic of how cool the movie is, the way they capture the realistic subtlety of how the characters talk in stop motion, in the scene back near the beginning of the movie where Neil and Norman are hanging out for the first time, right?
Why don't you try?
You can go.
No, it's fun. Try it.
No, I don't want to.
You throw it.
It's okay. You can throw it.
I don't It's really fun.
Here, you go first.
No, you try. I already went 50 times.
Just how real and relatable these characters feel is so crazy. Disney's trying to do this with their 3D movies, and they have characters move and emote way too much. It feels very Minions, you know what I mean? But Leica was way ahead of its time here. Anyway, back to the world ending or whatever. So Norman tells Agatha the story about herself and about how everyone was so jealous of you, and they all wanted to be your best friend so bad. And after calming her down a bit, she absorbs him into her mind palace or something.
Sometimes when people get scared, they say and do terrible things. I think you're just a little kid with a really special gift, who only ever wanted people to understand her.
What about the people who hurt you? Don't you ever want to make them suffer?
Oh boy, do I ever. I mean, every day I pray to Cthulhu that Andrew from algebra class eventually gets a girlfriend, falls in love. He knocks her up in the middle of college, so they both have to drop out, right? Now, the love died years ago, but they stay together for the kid. Neither one of them has been happy for years at this point. Honestly, neither one really remembers last time they felt happy, More so, they just go through the motions of everyday life, imagining what could have been if they'd made slightly different choices. She wanted to be a rich architect, and he wanted to be married to a rich architect. It was meant to be a simple, quiet life, comfortable, not extravagant. And now they slowly drift down the snowy snowy hill of mediocrity, unable to climb back up but not sliding down fast enough to get anywhere dramatic or interesting. And this life continues until they're both too old to get back any of the years they lost, waiting for the other one to reach across the table just one more time. A life wasted. Oh, I was thinking like they would develop a cough that wouldn't go away.
Is this where they buried me?
It's a pretty good place to sleep. Then you can be with your mom again.
And so in the end, Agatha realizes that she's been holding on to her anger and hatred for far too long, and it's finally time to let go, which she does, and her spirit floats off to the crossroads that every preteen girl reaches at some point. And of course, the day is saved, and now the whole town sees that Norman wasn't just some weird kid, and his family now loves him because he saved the world, instead of, just loving him because he was their son, because that's just asking too much, I guess. And that's pretty much where the movie ends. So, yeah, what a freaking weird, freaking amazing movie. But much like Coraline or Nightmare Before Christmas or whatever, I totally get it. I mean, if I was 12 when this movie came out, I would have been even more annoying than I already was. Imagine your childhood just getting 1-2 punched by this and Coraline, I know I've said it a bunch of times in previous videos, but man, we just don't get cool movies like this anymore, Like the late 2000s, early 2010s, I mean, Corpse Bride, Coraline, ParaNorman, every YouTuber was emo, every band looked like this. What a time that was, Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.